In an attic that smells faintly of cinnamon and old books, there's a wooden chest with a squeaky lid. Not many people open it anymore, but if you do, on a day when the air feels just right, you might find 6 little hens curled up inside, dreaming of snow. Not farm hens, not toy hens. These are story hens, made from thread and fluff and a bit of something secret, like all good things. And this is the tale of how they came to be. Somewhere, not marked on any map, there's a village where each house has a sweater of its own. The trees wear scarves, the fences wear mittens, and the hens, oh, they've got the best winter outfits you've ever seen. But more than that, they have stories. Each one remembers a different winter, a different song, a different snowflake that landed just right. The first hen, the smallest of the 6, likes to sit by the window. She watches the clouds. Sometimes she thinks they're floating bakeries filled with sugar dust. She doesn't say much, but she hums. If you press your ear close, you might catch the tune. Something soft, something warm. Her sweater, knitted from leftover sunrise. Her boots, a patchwork of stories she's walked through. The second hen is rounder. Not fat, just well-fed with laughter. She tells jokes no one understands and laughs at them all the same. She once got her foot stuck in a teacup and called it an adventure. Now she wears mismatched boots and says it's a trend. She's also the only hen who claims to have seen a fox wink at her. No one believes her, but they let her tell it anyway. The third hen lives near the edge of the village, in a cottage made of dried herbs. She smells like thyme and lavender and makes the best onion soup. She doesn't walk much. She floats just a little above the ground, like a daydream that didn't land quite right. Her boots are soft, made from moss and memory. There's always one hen who writes poems in the frost on windows. She doesn't care if anyone reads them. They're meant for the moon, mostly. She doesn't speak in words. She speaks in rhythm. And sometimes she just listens to silence and nods. No one knows what her sweater is made of. Some say pages from lost letters. The fifth hen is a baker. You can tell by the flour gently dusting her tail feathers. They say she bakes winter into bread, crusty on the outside, soft as a mitten inside. If you ever feel a little too quiet, you just sit near her oven. She won't say much, just offer you a slice of something warm, like kindness with a crust. She's the one who said, "This year, we all need boots." "Cold toes?" someone asked. She shook her head. "Cold little feet," she smiled. And that was that. The last hen is old, not in feathers, in soul. She remembers winters when snow had names. She doesn't talk much anymore, but when she looks at you, it's like reading a long letter written in neat, careful script. They all gather around her when the wind howls. She tells them how once, long ago, hens could fly, just a little if they truly believed. And now, slowly, piece by piece, with small tufts of cotton and thin threads, they begin to wake. A touch of glue, a twist of fiber, a quiet shaping of wings and coats. Then comes the color, brushed gently, layer upon layer, until each one finds her own shade of winter. They're in no hurry. They know that magic never happens fast. They wait until the light is just right. Not too bright, not too dim. The kind of light that makes stories grow. They listen to the sounds of the room. The ticking clock, the hush of wool, maybe a distant kettle. Each one carries a whisper from the hands that made her. Not a secret exactly, more like a feeling that winter can be soft and quiet things can shine the brightest. Sometimes I think the toys come to me in dreams, not always clearly, not like a movie, but more like a soft idea left behind by sleep. A shape, a color, a feeling I can't quite name. And in the morning, there's a quiet urgency, as if someone's waiting to be brought into this world. The hens were like that. I didn't plan them. They just showed up, wearing tiny sweaters and carrying winter in their wings, as if they already knew who they were and only needed my hands to catch up. None of them is quite the same, and maybe that's what makes them feel so warm, so familiar. Maybe one of them will remind you of your grandmother's kitchen or of your own childhood. I hope so. They're small, but they carry stories, even if no one reads them out loud. The kind of stories that live in smells and wool and the hush of snowfall against a window. One of them, the one with the striped scarf, looks like she once sang in a snowstorm just to keep her sisters brave. Another one carries a secret cookie recipe in her pocket. No one's ever tasted it, but it smells like orange peel and nutmeg. There's something about making them that slows down time. I forget the rush of days, the lists, the shoulds. It's just cotton and glue and quiet joy. Layer after layer, like building a memory you never want to lose. And when they're finally done, they feel like company. The kind you're glad to have around when the evenings get longer and the tea stays warm a little longer too. I like to imagine where they'll end up. Maybe on a branch beside a window, or tucked into a little wooden shelf next to pine cones and postcards. Wherever they go, I hope they carry a little peace with them. Sometimes I catch myself smiling at them while I work, not because they're perfect, they're not, but because they feel alive in the way only handmade things can. A little bit wobbly, a little bit wonky, full of soul. And maybe that's what we all need more of. Not perfection, but presence. Little reminders that someone's hands were here, that someone believed in quiet joy and created a bit of it into the world, one chicken at a time. That quiet things matter. That warmth can be layered piece by piece with cotton and color. That stories don't always need words. Sometimes just feathers, felt boots, and a gentle look to carry meaning. And if you listen, really listen, you might hear a rustle like laughter under a quilt, or catch a sparkle of memory in the corner of your eye. They don't ask much, these hens. Just a quiet place to perch and someone who notices the little things. A thread that curves like a smile, a fleck of gold where none should be. Sometimes I think they wait until the house is asleep. That's when their stories stretch their wings. Not loudly, just enough to stir the dust and remind you some memories come with feathers. And if you've ever looked at something small and felt something big, a tug in the chest, a warm flicker in the cold, then you already understand what these hens were made for. Maybe that's why they wear sweaters. Not just for the cold, but because they remember things we forget. The softness of slow mornings, the hush before snow. And maybe they're not just ornaments. Maybe they're little guardians of silence, of sweetness, of the way we once paused to look at the frost and thought, yes, this is enough. Thank you for staying with me this long, for letting these little hens keep you company, if only for a while. If even one of them made you smile or made your day feel a touch softer, I'd be truly grateful if you left behind a quiet comment or simply carried that warmth with you. It helps me keep creating slow things that speak in their own way. Until next time, may your window catch the golden light just right. May your tea stay warm a little longer, and may your shelf always have room for a small feathered guest. Stay cozy, and thank you, truly, for being here.